Hi there everybody, I had a really nice game recently and I thought I'd share some of the fun with you. So here we go. Yeah, still not streaming at the moment, so no live games for you at this stage, but yeah, I got some nice replay footage of this game. I'm going to add some bird eye view content as well. This is the teams coming in for a bit of military action. So it turned out we had one other team land with us. We're going to want to land real fast, real quick, glued up, and try and win this spot before making our next decision. Let's see how that goes. Pistol, yay! Meanwhile, our opponents have a Kar 98, AKM, be the pistol. Spot M4, gotta have that. So I'm a little bit hesitant here. I've only got a level 1 armor and the M4 with no attachments. This is the perspective from the enemy team. They're being very careful, as they should be. And I can hear them. Information is being relayed between the two different teams, I'm sure. And now, don't want to be too over-optimistic, just trying to preempt the corner. As you can see, no helmets, so don't want to take unnecessary risks. I guess we're trying to see who's going to do what first. Yeah, he's checking his corners very carefully. There we go. There's no chance there, but I know there's a second player, so I don't want to be too eager just yet. Need my friends to finish looting and support me as well. And yeah, thanks to Gotcha, JP and Cobra for joining me in this game. A lot of fun playing with you guys. I hear another player coming in. Unsure whether this is an enemy. Start a move. It was an enemy. I managed to my teammate's going to push in a bit. And we get the rest of the team to flush them. So really nicely played. And now we know that there's a fourth player unaccounted for, but we have no idea where he is or she is. And as this is the replay, obviously we can see on the minimap that he wasn't actually all that close. But we got to be careful. We got to check each room, each corner. Could potentially be camping around, deciding what to do or how to play. Now that his buddies are dead. There's also a third team on the far side of the compound, which we're unaware of, which you can now see on a bird's eye view. But as it turned out, we never really ran into them at this stage because we just wanted to loot enough to then move on to view the circle and decide how and where we should move to make sure that we're in. So we didn't want to move away from that circle. So yeah, we didn't see them, but yeah, as you can see, just checking those corners really carefully, no sounds about. The rest of the team are mopping up the area we've secured. I run out to check the radar tower. And then after that, we're going to decide to basically move to pick up the remaining loot we require somewhere closer to where we need to cross, because there's a good chance we have to cross the water. Turned out radar tower was already looted, nothing really in there, so I'm going to go look at the hangars just past the tower. Ah, and that was a teammate that wanted to go along. He did say so, I did turn around for him, but I reckon that shot, well, that shot gave information away. It gave information to the surviving member of the previous team. And I think you'll see now that that makes the player head towards us to avenge his friends. So, I mean, he probably should have knew where we were anyway because of where we killed his mates. But now he has a better idea that we're still in the area. He's looted up the building he was looting in, and he can try and take revenge. So as we see the mini-map, you can see the guys slowly starting to come in our general direction. We have one of our teammates who's a little bit behind in terms of keeping up, and he's the one to get caught out by the Avenger. A little bit of luck there because he only had a 2-time scope. He landed some nice shots, or a shot, but lucky for us he didn't have a bigger scope. It could have ended a lot worse. Getting knocked in the open, for example. But we have the vehicle. We're going to use some cover of line of sight and just pick him up and get ourselves out of there. We could stay and try to kill this one player, but it's not the smart play, to be honest. I mean, we know already where we want to go for our next lot of looting, and we know that we need to most probably cross the water, so we are heading for Nova Vetnoy, and that's what we do. In the meantime, we leave this guy in our dust. He'll have to make his own way, possibly on foot. Getting nice distance between us, just in case. There you see he's heading out. So yeah, so we've headed to Nova Repnoy. We're just inside the circle. We've got to see what the next zone's going to do. High probability the next circle is going to be on the mainland. So we'll decide to loot a bit here and then use a boat to cross over if we can find one. And you can see there was actually another team in Nova Repnoy. But by chance, our paths didn't cross. We had a bit of a 4-minute disconnect on 2 players. So that was lucky that the blue team didn't head our way, in case we are 1 man short. But then yeah, we execute the rest of our plan, which is now to cross over. But our trigger happy friend has let off yet another shot. I can't help but wonder now, having seen the replay, you know, was that the shot that gave them the information that they shouldn't have had to receive? Because I'm thinking the blue team heard a shot, they now think about the map, they open the map, they realize that the zone is moving, they realize they should probably have to cross soon, whereas if the shot wasn't fired, they probably would have kept on looting. You know, you get a lot of these players that like to just loot. And yeah, I mean, we've already looted and we're rotating. That team's still looting. I think if that shot wasn't fired, they probably could have been caught by the zone a bit, taken some damage, health damage. And I'd rather meet them under pressure and with health damage than having them rotate in nice and safe and cuddly with all their loot. But anyway, here we go. We have to cross this open field. We now know we want to get close to the hard cover in the compound. And we're nearly across to the hillside. Are we going to make it? So Lady Luck introduces a team rotating roughly in the same position. And it's not ideal because we're a little bit in the open here. If they take that hill, we're in trouble. So they have seen us. One guy takes a shot at us. We've got a nade and a smoke for blinding, but have tried to put pressure on them, but as it turns out, they decided to head straight to the compound, probably receiving information from his buddies. That third guy with the buggy has ran straight for them to support them. I'm taking their vehicle. I decide to wrap right around my teammates. And also, yeah, just throw them off a little bit. They hear a vehicle, sow a bit of confusion. So yeah, there I decide, I see, okay, there's nobody behind us, we've got the compound action happening. I decide to flank to the far right and get an eye on my own teammates in case they get pushed on the hill. So it's a little bit risky really, because I mean I don't know that where I'm going there isn't anybody. If they hear me coming, they could possibly just come down and mow me down. 3v1, 4v1. But as you can see, I'm checking the hillside at my friends to make sure that they're secure. And as it turns out, there is a team right above me, but somehow they're unaware that I stopped a vehicle below them, and they're fighting or exchanging fire with my team. I've now spotted that the rocks below them are safe. They don't have anybody pushing them, or they don't have any immediate danger. Now decide I'm going to creep up on this team and see if I can spring a surprise on them. I've relayed the information to the team, and one of the guys, I think it was JP, came up to support me, just in case I get knocked or in case I need a few extra rounds on this team. Will I get in though? Ah, there one of their team members goes down. They are taking fire from another team in the distance. Perfect conditions to third party them on. Risk on my part as well. I mean, anybody in the compound should be able to have full view of me now, but fortunately there's nobody there really. I spot the first player. I decide to first get more information on where the rest of the team is, but that is just a good opportunity to hear the second player, and I get there. Get a knock on the second guy. It's not an instant, so there's got to be at least one more player. Also want to get rid of, or put a bit of pressure on them really. So now get the next player to come and support with urgency. I hear him. And lucky for me, he heard my friend. Oh, nice 3 kills. Secured the hillside. And now we realize where the other team is that was firing at them, and they're in the distance. No scope. Yeah, it's going to be hard. So teammate hands me a scope, which is very good of him. And oh yeah, baby, nice one. Okay, and meanwhile, the blue team that were in Novorepnoy has now since crossed the water, possibly due to being made aware of their surroundings. They're in a pretty good position on the coast. The compound is now taken by us. We hold the compound and try to see for any lucky kills we might get for teams still in rotation. A lot of teams playing on the outer edges of the zone. So we'll see what we can get. Boy, we are desperate to just be able to get some shots at some players. I'm sitting with an 8x scope at this point in time. Yeah, it'll just be great to land some shots on some incoming teams. There's a bit of information exchanging going on. We're trying to really establish where each team is, what direction they possibly heading in. Really important stuff. I just love the way that we naturally play together as a team. Coincidentally, I've not even played with 2 of these players before, so I thought we did really well. We're not getting in each other's way too much. We're trying to have the hard cover, but also see as much as we can around the map. So right, there's a lot of action going on in the direction that I'm viewing. But yeah, it's quite far. Also, that I was hoping that player would run into the bullet, but he kept going in a straight line. So let's see, do they come any nearer? Will they come any closer to this compound? No need. So yeah, making sure we stocked up on bullets. We now realize that our compound is no longer in this circle. We're gonna have to look at where to go. I'm basically just standing in the corner so that I don't get anybody with lucky shots on me. Having a last peek for anybody pushing over. can't really see anybody, so we should be rotating out real soon. And get ourselves set up for the next phase of the game. Checking our immediate vicinity, is there anybody we may have missed before jumping out windows, but there's nobody, except that we only heard shots now. So I hear shots to my left, to my right. A little bit of nerves here, I mean, where are you going to go? But we decide to take the hill for our rotation. We're going to have to think about possibly a team just above the hill, and also a team pushing into us from the edge of the zone. Our bird's eye view shows us, however, that it was all unnecessary concern. They are quite far, and the team on the edge of the zone are caught out really far. They have their own concerns, and they're going to have to run in late over that open field. Meanwhile, Blue have set themselves up on the hillside, as you can see over here. I'm not sure if that's the best play. I think it would have been better to stay on the edge of the coast, where you'd be guaranteed to have nobody on an entire flank of yourselves, whereas now you're on the hill, you happen to have a 360-degree view. Yellow, in the meantime, have set themselves up on the coast, which is a really strong position, I think. And then there's a grey team moving in. A little late, but they're trying to get to the coastline as well, realizing its full potential. So yeah, just gotta get ourselves in, make sure everything's clear at the back. No creepy crawlies or campers, snakes. Get ourselves in. The zone's closing in real fast. Still worried about the team I heard the shots of at the Wizard Tower that should be coming in from behind. There we go. There's a shot. But he's shooting out of blue. Actually like a grey team member perhaps. But yeah, really got to get in. It's so important not to take too much health loss in case I get nipped by a bullet. Just get in low, get meted up. Got some action happening. He had us rotate directly into them unawares and got themselves eliminated. And the light blue team on the hillside are going to get, looks like they're going to get pushed out by the green team. And the dark blue team, they have a team. Is it two? Is it half and half a team? Maybe half and half a team. There we go, green team takes the hill. Yeah, I think it was split like let's call them light blue team. We're not doing terrible, like we're not in yet, but we've got some meds now. Yeah, the crates on the other players. Can pick up more meds from them. And now we just have to worry about the green team to our right and any remaining enemies in front. Got a knock. Near knock. Second knock right there. So that keeps them busy for a while, and then there's got to be another team in front. Well, another two teams in front. But we got to get into the zone as well. A bit concerned about getting fired at from the right side, possibly from the front. So bird's eye view. And there we go, there's only one player left on that light blue grey team. Team 13 I believe. Still concerned with the green players. They've now in the meantime managed to revive one player, and the second one is in the process of getting revived. Yeah. There we go, I actually killed the last member of that team. He must have been really low. Now it's just really three teams. And blue's pushing up, but you can see in this bird's eye view that the one team member has pushed ahead of his teammates a bit too eagerly. And he's gonna get punished for that. Oh, missed that shot. So bad. And again. Luckily my friend hit me the SKS. No. Aiming too high. But now we know this guy right in front of us. And I'm expecting a whole team. But in actual fact, it's just the one guy. The second players come up to support him a bit. Nice knocked. Just enough space there to get the revive and not, you know, get fired from the front team. The nades going over actually from the green team, I believe. Luckily they missed us just over the top. So and the one player is actually dropped down. And so one of our guys also accidentally dropped in the water. And he discovers the player. He's eliminated. Now it's a 4v1. It's all over. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Really fun game. I hope you learned something from that. If you like that, subscribe rather, for some more content that I'm sure to bring out in the future. Take care. Bye bye.